Track to 7 search crews are heading back out to the Red River north of downtown Fargo later this morning to look for a man presumed drowned. Police are looking for a man possibly involved in a disturbance near Oak Grove Park on the city's north side. Officers were talking with that man around 2:30 yesterday afternoon when he took off running and then jumped into the river. Fargo Fire and Valley Water Rescue were called in and they spent several hours searching the water until it was dark. There's no word from police on who they are looking for. NDSU police are looking for information this morning about an aggravated assault on campus near Ceres Hall early Sunday morning. Now contact campus police if you have any information about that. Police say the man involved in an 8-hour standoff in Moorhead over the weekend has a history of alcohol and meth use and is now facing another charge of arson in connection with the separate Moorhead apartment fire from last April. Investigators say Sean Arenholtz started a fire at a home in the 800 block of 7th Avenue South Saturday afternoon, then climbed onto the roof of the burning home and refused to come down for 8 hours. Police negotiators finally talked him into coming down around 9 that night. Court documents filed yesterday say a woman told officers that Arenholtz assaulted her and then started the fire, saying that the two would, quote, burn together. She was able to escape, though, and then taken to the hospital to be treated for a concussion. A 31-year-old Minnesota woman is facing child abuse and domestic assault charges in Hubbard County after police say she admitted to shooting her son with a BB gun. Catherine Ewald Connor allegedly shot her 9-year-old in the leg and forehead as punishment after she says he climbed up on the roof of the home while trying to run away from her. She was arrested for malicious punishment of a child. 6:52 on our Tuesday morning. Let's get a check of your forecast out there on this cool morning with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Jordan. Yes, it is a foggy start. It's a cool start, feeling like fall. If you've been waiting for some fall-like weather, well, today is your day, even though we're officially 11 days away from the official start. Right now, the fog has dropped visibility to about 1/4 mile in Fargo. Same story for Jamestown, closer to 0 in Oaks and Bismarck. So if you're traveling along I-29 this morning or even I-94 this morning, we are going to have problems. So be sure to leave some extra stopping distance and also allow for some extra travel time. It is a cooler start out there, 44 in Fargo. Look at Grand Forks. Last time we were in the 30s was back in May. So certainly a little bit of a change to your body, right? 42 in Devil's Lake, 45 in Jamestown, 45 in Devil's Lake, and 48 in Bemidji. Here are the high temperatures expected for today, low and middle 60s. So this is what we typically see toward the end of the month. We're going to be closer to average tomorrow and then another warm up. We'll talk more about that coming up at our 8 o'clock hour. Back to you, Jordan.
Thank you, Tiffany. The largest ag show in the upper Midwest kicks off today out at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds in West Fargo. There are 900 exhibit booths plus training sessions and demonstrations. Big Iron runs through Thursday. A consumer alert for you this morning. Kia recalling roughly 145,000 Sorrentos because the mounting clips on the back camera could break away unexpectedly. Now that could cause the camera display to not appear properly in the rearview mirror, increasing the risk of a crash. The recall covers 2022 and 23 Sorrento, Sorrento Hybrid, and Sorrento plug-in hybrids. Affected owners can take their cars to a dealership and you should get a free repair.
They're all human. They deserve to eat edible food.
Inmates at the Grand Forks Correctional Facility calling for better and fresher food options. Valley News Team's Reed Gregory spoke with the wife of an inmate for a closer look at what she says is taking place inside.
In the Grand Forks Correctional Facility, this is my second time filling out grievances for the food consumption. They're not feeding us, so they're starving us.
That's video released by inmates at the Grand Forks Correctional Facility as they line up one after another to voice their concerns about their facility's food.
Even feeding us right, we're starving in here.
Natasha Hayes has a loved one currently serving time inside the facility and says she's proud of those who have decided to band together.
They're all human. They deserve to eat edible food. And I mean, despite whatever they did to put themselves in that situation, we still need to eat.
And from those on the inside, there's a general consensus that they're all fighting for the same thing.
starving us. They're serving us spoiled milk and rotten and not enough portions on the food.
Hayes recounts when she was told about the start of the issues.
It first started with the spoiled milk in the morning. So at breakfast time, they get basically like cereal and like a cake. And the milk has been spoiled every single day for the past couple weeks.
And for those on the outside like Hayes, well, they believe those on the inside deserve better, regardless of their situation.
They're not asking for steak and lobster, obviously. They are somebody's children. And no matter what they did, they still deserve to be treated as human beings.
In Fargo, Reed Gregory, Valley News Live.
We are told that many inmates refused all 3 meals yesterday in protest. We did reach out to the jail for comment on this story, but we have not yet heard back. The Minnesota House Capital Investment Committee making its way to northwestern Minnesota this week to get a look at proposed projects for the 2024 Capital Investment Bill. It's the first tour of the season for the committee, and it's going on tomorrow through Friday. Legislators will be in Moorhead, Glendon, Fergus Falls, Mahnomen, Crookston, Red Lake Falls, Brainerd, Little Falls, and Bemidji. Get ready for a big blast Saturday morning. The city taking down that building. You saw it right there. Here's a close-up shot. It's that old high-rise down by Dyke East in Fargo. Here's what you need to know about that implosion. It's scheduled for 7 Saturday morning, 101 2nd Street South. There is an evacuation order for people in that area from 5:30 to 9:30 that morning. The city says anyone in that exclusion zone needs to evacuate or they could be fined $1,000. It's also possible that windows on buildings within that area could break during the explosion. Roads in that area will also be closed. That includes 2nd and 4th Streets along with a part of Main Avenue. Air horns will be used to notify people of the explosion. Officials will also monitor air quality because they say this will create quite a bit of dust. Happening today, reforesting the Red. Hundreds of people are putting on their work clothes to plant 500 trees and stock shrubs along the Red River near the entrance to Lindenwood Park in South Fargo. Here we have a live look right now down by the river, right across that brush line in the middle of your screen. That's where the water is. 150 students from Shanley High School will be planting from 10 to 2 today. And then more than 250 community volunteers are piling on from noon to 7. The shrub and tree species were selected for hardiness, flood tolerance, and durability. Now, planting trees in that area will help create a buffer to maintain riverbank stability, encourage the growth of native plants, improve water quality, and provide habitat for some wildlife as well. With the cooler temperatures we've been talking about this morning now creeping into the valley, it's a time to start thinking about the Salvation Army's annual coat drive. From now until September 30th, you can bring new or gently used winter wear like coats, snow pants, or boots to a collection bin at any Hornbachers. Money is also accepted, and that will be put toward purchasing needed winter items. And there is another donation project that's getting going as well. This one to help students experiencing homelessness. The Greenhouse and Sandy's Donuts are teaming up for a coat drive through September 25th. You can drop off coats at the West Fargo or Osgood Sandy's Donuts locations. Everything collected will be donated to Matthew's Voice Project. That's a local nonprofit that supports students experiencing homelessness. Wine lovers, you might want to look away. This is a wine spill in Portugal. We're getting a look at it this morning. A river of red running through the streets of one village. 2 tanks ruptured on Sunday, releasing more than 2 million liters of wine into the streets. Now the spill covered the entire width of the street, running in torrents down to a gully. It estimates the amount of wine spilled could fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Grab your cups and head outside, I guess. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More news and weather coming up on the CW. Otherwise, right now, a live look at our beautiful Red River near downtown. Have a good day.